Rumors had been making the rounds that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu might take a shot at the 2027 elections without his deputy, Vice President Kashim Shetimma.
Vice President Kashim Shetimma's political future seems to be hanging in the balance as signs from within the All Progressives Congress APC point to his likely, because we're not absolutely sure, likely exclusion now from the 2027 presidential ticket. There's no question at all that President Bola Tinubu wants a second term. But whether Shetimma is going to be on the ballot with him is difficult to tell at the moment. Now, there are ongoing political permutations that could compel President Bola Tinubu to drop him for another running mate. Now, this comes as 4 northern governors, 2 each from the Northeast and Northwest, and 2 principal officers in the 10th National Assembly are reportedly eyeing the VP seat. Now, reportedly, nothing here is confirmed, but if you've been following the politics in the APC and the intrigues we've seen, especially that big fight in the Northeast APC gathering recently, then you would understand that, well, there just might be no smoke without fire. Now, following the chaotic APC Northeast stakeholders meeting, some governors and lawmakers have actually begun positioning themselves as potential vice presidential picks. There are also reports that discussions about Shetimma's return has divided members of the National Working Committee and the National Executive Committee of the party. However, the national leadership of the APC is said to be trying to manage the matter to avoid creating a crisis for the party in the Northeast.
To be honest, I would ask, if there is some element of truth in this, I would ask what would be the motive of the president for dropping Kashim Shetimma? On the basis of what I know of him, he's an extremely loyal, very competent, very hardworking vice president, who is an asset to the president, both politically and in person. And so I'll be very curious to find out what it is that makes all these stories about dropping him. I think somewhere along the line, to be honest, I think the president should have done something a long time ago. The president, if all these stories about dropping the vice president for somebody else, another northern vice president, maybe a Christian, maybe going somewhere else, if all these things had absolutely no iota of truth, it would have taken only one thing, Shio. The president directly and personally saying, stop this nonsense. I have confidence in my vice president. I work well with him. I'm happy with him. And I want this nonsense to stop about me dropping him now or in the future. I will take a decision about who will be my running mate in 2027 when we get there. In the meantime, we have work to do. But he didn't say that.
Fresh reports confirm the duo is sticking together. Tinubu and Shetimma are set to hit the 2027 race as a team, just as they did in 2023.
In spite of recent agitations accompanied by permutations of alleged moves by President Bola Tinubu to drop Vice President Kashim Shetimma as his running mate in 2027, this day weekend gathered that the president is unlikely to change his deputy in his bid for re-election. A reliable Villa source who dismissed swirling reports about the fate of Shetimma as hanging in the balance ahead of the 2027 elections told this day that the speculations or rumors were unfounded because Tinubu never had such discussions with anyone. To close his argument, the source, widely known in government circles as a man of few words, said with confidence, and I quote, "The president will run with Shetimma. You can file it away. Stop worrying about the rumor. He will." End of quote. To further establish his arguments, the source who allayed concerns about the place of the ruling party in the 2027 elections added, "We, the APC, are winning the next election, is all I know. Wallahi." End of quote. There have been speculations that in navigating a winning strategy for his 2027 re-election bid, Tinubu might have considered the possibility of dropping Shetimma as his running mate.